Here at 13 WMAZ, we have a rich archive filled with newsmakers, personalities, and the biggest news events in Central Georgia from the past 69 years.
And we want to make more of that history accessible to you. Suzanne Lawler gives you a short look at what's in those archives, and then we'll explain our plan to share more of it with you.
VHF television has been granted to Macon, and officials say they hope to have the station on the air before the end of the year.
This is WMAZ TV, Channel 13, Macon, Warner Robins, Georgia.
Gave me the honor of being the first person to officially have his voice on the air. I recall sitting in the announcer's booth, feeling that half of Macon was tuned in, and I was extremely nervous. I recall that very much.
That was former General Manager Albert Sanders talking about when 13 WMAZ TV first signed on in 1953. You might consider Jack Owens one of the first anchors, although back then they called them announcers. He had his background in WMAZ radio, which began years earlier.
It was a different medium altogether for this area. We had heard about television. We didn't know anything about television, so we had to stumble, we had to fall, we had no teleprompters.
Stan Carey served 20 years on the anchor desk and in the field from 1957 to 1977.
Film was a rare commodity, I'd say. If we could use film, it had to be a pretty important story.
And along came videotape. That took care of some of the problems with scratchy film. And some of the big stories included an epic whiteout.
However, the record books for 1973 shows 16.5 inches of snow here, bringing the city to its knees. Civil defense officials and police have formulated plans to handle matters such as emergency transportation, medical care, and other vital services. Officials say several people were treated at the hospital earlier this year for exposure to the bitter cold weather.
A hot topic, politics, and the election of a Georgia governor to the White House, Jimmy Carter. He and Rosalind made a few stops in Macon to campaign and see old friends.
I always enjoy coming here to meet the superb performers in our country and their managers and supporting cast, but also because of my personal friendship with Phil Walden.
Thinking about possibly being the next First Lady.
Well, I think if I had not had the experience as First Lady of Georgia, it would really frighten me, because when Jimmy was elected governor, I didn't know what I was going to do.
There's so much more history to share from the 13 WMAZ archives. From past to present, we will always remember our roots and cherish what television pioneers did decades ago. Suzanne Lawler, 13 WMAZ News.
If you enjoyed that look back and want more, we already have about 30 archive videos posted on our 13 WMAZ YouTube channel.
And we're going to be adding videos to that playlist each week. Look for the Straight from the Archives list and keep coming back as we make more of Central Georgia history available to you.